As you could probably tell by my tan, I am back from Puerto Rico, back from vacation, feeling fresh, feeling very creative, feeling very energized. And today, we're talking outer intention again. Okay, I want to show you one simple technique that you can implement and right into your daily routine, just a couple times a day for a couple of seconds each time. That will help you. This one simple technique will help you to activate outer intention. And when we talk about outer intention, we're really talking about switching to a different lifeline, switching to a different reality in which things will unfold differently. Okay? And this one simple technique is simply thinking about the goal again and again throughout your day. Thinking about your goal as if it had already been achieved. Placing your awareness in the version of you that has already achieved his or her goals. It doesn't even have to be a particular goal. It could be something that you desire, something that you really want, an object, or maybe a particular person or a particular aspect of life. Thinking about it, actually activating the thoughts consciously, the type of thoughts that you would be having if you had already achieved your goal. Now, why is this so effective, and how does this help you activate outer intention? One of the things that is so necessary to have outer intention work for you and help you switch to that reality in which things unfold differently for you, in which things are the way that you'd like them to be, is constantly attuning your energy, the energy of your being, the energy that you're radiating and emitting right now through the core of your center. The core of your being. And the way you attune your energy to your desired self, right? One way is visualization and, imagining the things that you would already have, the type of life that you would have if you had already achieved everything that you desired. However, another way that is even easier and something that you can do throughout the day as just like a fun little exercise, but a fun little exercise that will actually help you in a tremendous way, is thinking about the thoughts that you would be having if you had already achieved your goal. So for example, think about your goal right now, right? Maybe it is owning a particular house or being somewhere in your career, making a certain amount of money per month. Just whatever it is, get it clear in your head, okay? Just think about one goal that you may have right now. And now think about your life. Okay, you have achieved this goal. This has become a reality for you. Now, what is that version of you that has already achieved that particular thing thinking about when he or she wakes up the next day? What is he or she thinking about now? What are your goals now that you've achieved this goal already? Right? What are certain stresses that this goal has brought to you now? Right? What are the thoughts that you're having about the changes that this goal has brought into your life? What do you want now that this goal is accomplished? What are you going to be doing today that you are thinking about now that you have already achieved this goal? Who exists in your life now that you have already achieved this goal? What are you thinking about them? So you see how you can be creative with this, and you have to play around with it in your own mind and take it as far as you possibly can. But by consciously and deliberately choosing to think the thoughts of the version of you who has already achieved their goal, rather than thinking about the thoughts right now, it is so crucial. It changes everything. Because think about it. You are used to thinking about your goal as, I am here. There's this process over here, and then the achievement of the goal is on the other side. And as long as I'm over here, I'm always thinking about the goal as, okay, what do I have to do to achieve it? What do I have to do to secure that I will get this goal? What do I have to do to make sure that I will get over there? Right? And that is the worldview of inner intention, the worldview of I'm here, the process, he's here in the middle, and the achievement of the goal is on the other side. And also happiness lies on the other side. And now I have to go through this linear process to achieve the goal. Whereas the process of outer intention, the way to activate it is simply to attune your energy and skip from here to over there right now. And forget about this whole linear time thing, linear process thing, and begin with the end. And place your awareness in the version of you, right? In the mind of the version of you that already has achieved their goal. And now by practicing their thoughts, right? Your future self's thoughts, you start to create this vibrational resonance between where you are and where you want to be, where your current reality is and your desired reality is, what you're vibrating at and what your desired reality is vibrating at. Before, you were thinking about the goal from this point of view, trying to go over there, and you continue to just vibrate here, so your reality continued to vibrate at a similar type of frequency, and maybe you got some slow changes along the way because your vibration didn't really change all that much. You were practicing the same thoughts, you had the same emotions, you thought the same things all the time. Now you are literally practicing with intent the thoughts of the version of you that has already achieved what they want. And because of that, that whole vibrational resonancy begins to happen. And you literally start to download that reality, that vibration, that frequency into the now, into the now, into the now, into the now. And because the center of your being, the frequency it is vibrating at, begins to shift, because the contents of your mind, which is also just frequencies, energies, begins to shift. Because the center is shifting, now everything that is revolving around it, the contents of your reality, have to shift accordingly. Because as you know, external reality is simply a reflection of your state of being, of your frequency, of your vibration, whatever you want to call it. So this vibrational resonance, this attunement of your energy to your desired self is what creates this shift in reality. If you continue to go with the regular conventional worldview, thinking about the goal as, oh, what do I have to do to achieve it? You will stay on that kind of false worldview where you are here, the goal is over there, and there's this linear process. But if you want to start making vertical shifts and shift your reality altogether and start to make faster progress towards your goal, you have to start thinking about your goal as if it had already been achieved. So do this one thing. From today onwards, every single time you catch yourself thinking about, man, how am I going to get the money to achieve my goal? Or how am I going to have the ability to achieve this goal? How am I going to, anytime you start thinking about the means, catch yourself, wake up, and start to think the thoughts that the version of you would be having after they have already achieved their goal. Just do this practice. I know it's hard to let go of thinking of the means, but you have to make it a habit, because that way of thinking is what keeps you stuck in that reality. Whereas once you start running these new vibrations in your mind, you start to download that reality into your now. Outer intention will start to bring the means to you. I just came back from the Puerto Rico trip, and you probably already saw that video of act on your bliss and the manifestation will follow. Well, this is one big part of it that I'm implementing into my life with full force now. Not in a trying to change type of way, not in like a inner intention type of way, but rather just full willingness, full intent, going all in on myself. This attunement of energy is something I've already been practicing for a long time. When I had just started my YouTube channel and I had like no subscribers at all, I just started to treat it like my full-time job. I started to think the thoughts I would already be having if I was doing this full time. And literally less than a year, I started to do this full time. Like, how throughout your life, you've heard countless stories of people always saying, like, fake it till you make it, or pretend to be someone until you really become that person. Why do you think that stuff kind of works? If you do it with full willingness, if you truly start to live in your own delusion and tell yourself and make yourself believe your conviction and fully go all in on it, it really will become real for you. Why? Because your conviction, the way you start to think about your goal, the way you start to live it out in your day-to-day life, starts to attune your energy to the reality in which you are that person. One of the famous quotes by Muhammad Ali is, I said I was the greatest before I ever even knew I was. Something along those lines. I said I was the greatest before I knew I even was. Just by constantly saying that he's the greatest and thinking like he is the greatest, he eventually became the greatest. And you're no different. You are also just as capable. You are also just as able to activate this outer intention power that is innate to you. But you have to start waking up and changing your habitual energy patterns, right? The way you're thinking about your goal, the way you're perceiving reality. And you can start by literally doing this multiple times a day. So don't just do this when you're thinking about your goal, about the means throughout the day, but rather actually like make it a firm intention to do so multiple times every single day, right? Maybe like every 2 hours. You can even set an alarm on your phone. Every 2 hours, make it a point to take like 3 minutes to yourself and reattune your energy to your desired self again and again and again. Just start to, maybe you could start launching a visualization and just start thinking about, okay, what would I be thinking about? Okay, what am I going to do today? Now that I've already achieved this goal. Just things like that. Start to again and again reattune your energy to your desired self. And now you quite literally change the flow of events from that point onwards of how your life will unfold. As soon as you attune your energy to your desired self, the flow of life events literally switches to a different reality. Now you have changed your sail. You are headed in a different direction. This is powerful stuff, and it will work for you to the degree that you practice this willingly and to the degree that you truly follow and believe in these principles. Reality, again, always has to honor your worldview. Nothing that you don't believe to be true will ever come manifest for you. So practice these principles while fully believing in them, fully convinced that, okay, this will work for you. You are the greatest. You will achieve your goal. It's something that you've chosen. And just start to think about it as if it had already been achieved. Then your doors will open and outer intention will start to bring you the means, the opportunities, certain ways and people who will help you achieve your goals. It won't just happen to you. Don't think that. When I say shift to a reality on which your goal can be manifest, I don't mean that it's just going to happen to you. I don't mean that you're just going to attract your goal and it's done. No. It will still happen through you, but it will happen so much more effortlessly. It will happen so much more seamlessly without constant strategy and manipulation. Right? The achievement of your goal will no longer happen through the small self, the ego, but rather the higher self, the orchestrator of this entire cosmic play. So allow that to happen. Allow yourself to access a greater intelligence than what you're used to in this little mind, this strategy. Okay? Again and again and again, attune your energy to your dream self and allow this process to take care of itself. So if you haven't yet watched my Act on Your Bliss series that I just started, make sure I'll put the link in the description box below. Make sure to go watch that. And that discusses this even more, okay? So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to this channel. Watch my Accelerated Reality Masterclass. It's completely free. It shows you how to accelerate the time between a desire and its manifestation. That link is also in the description box below. I will see you in the next video.